10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's going on, everyone? Once again, we're back with another topic of Hot Topic with Z and Tuck. I'm your host, Z, and
got Tuck.
And we're very excited to be with you guys here today. It's an exciting day. It's episode number 4.
Number 4.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Number
4.
Before we do get started, we just want to first...
Yeah, we'd like to take a little bit of time out right now and think about all those people that were affected there in Las Vegas. So it's a tragedy that happened out there, but our hearts, our thoughts, and our prayers go out to the victims, everybody who was involved out there that was in the incident, and all the families that are still having to deal with the incident right now. So, I mean, it's really heartbreaking.
It is definitely heartbreaking, and it's kind of scary because many people came to this country because they're trying to find a safe haven. You know what I mean? And then when you think that like an attack would happen from outside, not from the inside.
Right.
And when you feel like you're not secured within your own country, then where else can you be secured?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely heartbreaking, and it's just...
Yeah, whatever you do, don't let it discourage you to go to these type of events, and stuff like that. I mean, because this can happen anywhere. It can happen with a small crowd. It can happen with a big crowd. It can happen individually. So don't let it scare you going from these events. I mean, because you'll never know what happens. But make sure that you always keep yourself in that what we call color modes. Stay always aware. Be in that color yellow. Always look around, what's going on. Always be aware of your surroundings.
I'd see it as also like being vigilant, knowing at all time, where you're at, where are your exits. Also, keeping an eye on people that are around you and reporting any suspicious activities that might happen. And but once again, it's sad to see this happen. Nobody would have expected it, but in today's world, I guess we should be ready for anything that might happen. So
our thoughts and our love and our prayers are with you, Vegas. So.
Today's topic, everyone, it's going to be about security. I think it's very important to learn about this topic because in today's world, not only technology that's causing a risk in our in our lives, but also learning how you can protect yourself as far as if you have a business or if you have other private properties that you are looking to protect. Today's show, it's going to be covering all this. So we are expecting multiple callers to give us a call because we do want to see some of the questions that you want to ask us, and we'll try to help as much as we can as far as answering how you can protect yourself and protect your loved ones, as well as protecting your assets. Many of the crimes that are happening right now, it's all about stealing, money from the bank,
Right.
As well as, stealing personal information. Also, those new criminals are finding new ways of breaking into houses,
Right.
stealing other assets. So stay tuned with us. We will begin our show very shortly.
Can you hear my heartbeat calling? Can you feel the love we're falling? Just take my hand and take me home tonight. Throwing caution to the wind. I take a shot.
Once again, everyone, we're back again with Hot Topic with Z and Tuck. For those of you that are just tuning in with us, we are discussing security. It's a very important topic that we should be talking about. I want to begin with as far as the technology, the technology field and how you can protect yourself from these new opportunities, cyber opportunities that these internet hackers or thieves that try and steal your information.
Yeah, like Arizona is in the top, well, especially Phoenix, Arizona is in the top 5 for identity theft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not only through computers, but as far as people getting a hold of your information and getting credit cards and all that other type of stuff, and opening up bank accounts and stuff up underneath your name. But mostly, you can people get it through your computers and your technology as far as getting that information.
When I'm out on the field and when I get called out to a house, by the way, I'm a computer technician as well. So when I get called out to the house, the first about information being stolen or a virus that has accessed someone's computer, then the first question I ask, well, what did you do, or how did what were your steps that you did, and then you start seeing this virus. A lot of times, what I find out is the way hackers get to your information is when they present you with something that's too good to be true. So when it comes to and it's a funny story, Big, because it actually happened to me. When I was young, around the age of 15, I got an email. I got an email that said, hey, you have won, $1 million, $24 million. We have found your email address in our database, and you have to come to Africa to to actually get the money. So, being a 15-year-old, I wasn't aware of all these lies and all these different way the phishing scams. So anyways, the first thing I did is, and in the email they ask you that, hey, send us your name, your first name, your last name, your address, send us your where you live, and also Social Security so we can file taxes on your behalf. So I didn't send those information right away. The first thing I did is I ran to my dad, and I told my dad, I was like, hey Dad, check it out. I just got an email saying that I won $1 million. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I just got an email and it said my email was chosen to win $1 million. So, I mean, probably my dad will be watching. He's gonna kill me to say this, but my dad actually agreed with me. He's like, okay, well, let's start the process. Let's start the process of, sending them our information and getting our money, getting the money that you want. So, but one of my cousins stepped up and said, hey, before you do this, try looking online on Google, look for the exact same email, just copy and paste the same exact email on Google, and find out if it's legit or if it's a lie. So that's what I did. I headed over to Google, I copied and pasted, and sure thing, I see a bunch of people saying how they were scammed and how their information was stolen, and then how credit cards were opened under their behalf. So, that right away it cut everything. I mean, of course, it put me in a bad mood because I thought I won. I thought I won $1 million. So, but that's one of the ways, guys. So be careful when you get emails, or when you're browsing the internet and you get sent to a page and you think that it's too hard, too good to be true. Just leave it right away. Leave it. You can even call me. You can even message me if you keep getting that page, because it might be your computer might get infected, and that page will keep coming out. Right. And you can call me. I'll help you, walk you through how you can remove that.
Right. And they also have now where they're making, say, like Facebook. They're making similar pages to the Facebook login. And so when you click on a link that's supposed to take you to Facebook, like you might get a notification in your email that somebody likes something on your Facebook page, and it has the link there, and you click on it, and it takes you to a lookalike Facebook login page, which it will have it would be blank or whatever, and you put your information in there as far as logging into your account, and then you hit to go, to log in, and it actually go back blank again. And what it is they're verifying the information that you're putting in there as far as your login. Once you try to log in the second time, it will actually take you back to the actual Facebook page login, and you log in the third time, so you log into your account. Well, now they already have your account information, and what they're going to do is start opening up different Facebook accounts under your name, and then they'll use that as bot systems as far as putting out their scams to everybody. So now it looks like it's coming from you.
Yeah, no, I've seen that happen before, actually, and it's just a normal page, guys. It's just a normal page, exactly like Facebook. Yeah. The way you can find out always, whenever you're browsing the internet and you're going to Facebook or you're going to any social media that you might have an account, double check the URL. Okay, double check the URL. If the URL does not sound like Facebook.com, Instagram.com, Twitter.com, if it doesn't even look like that, don't even access that page right away. Close it, turn off your computer, restart it. If you keep getting that page, then try running a scan on your computer if you have an antivirus, and see if that will get rid of it. But again, double check the URL on your computer always on top of your browser. Just make sure that it's legit and it's not any made up name. And but it's harder sometimes for it, for people to pay attention to that, especially when you have different age group,
right?
That might not be able, they use your computer, that might not be aware of this thing.
Yeah.
And that's why we do these topics, guys. When we ask you to like and share the page, is because we're trying to help other people. We're trying to prevent other people from having their information stolen.
Right.
And we try to bring up these topics that actually matter, that actually will help you in life. So
right. Okay. We're trying to build knowledge, because knowledge is power. So the more you share this, the more it gets out there, and the more it helps other people understand how to deal with things and stuff like that. All these topics are coming from you, and so with you helping us, we can get that knowledge out there. If we don't know, if we pick one of the topics that we're not too familiar with, we will actually do the research. We will actually find the experts in that field, and we will find out that stuff. And then when we present the topics, we're presenting that knowledge to you.
Yeah. Well, once again, guys, keep sharing this page right now. Let us get as many users as possible, so we can, provide, like Tucker mentioned, so we can, share the knowledge and help them protect themselves before it's too late. Okay, so stay with us. We'll be right back. give a little bit of shout outs to people that are watching us right now. We got Chris Kaufman, we got Gomez, we have how many people do we have here? Yeah, we have
quite a few.
well, how about this? We have Brian, we have Burton with us.
What's up,
Brian
Burton?
Burton. We have
Yeah, Gomez, she's
whoever
one
wants
of
a
our
shout out. How
listeners.
about this? Whoever wants a shout out, go ahead and write us a comment on our chat box over there. Go ahead and whoever wants a shout out.
Yeah, Gomez is one of our watchers that watches all the time. So.
As well as Sandy
Thank
Lucas, she's
Oh,
watching
yeah,
us
Sandy.
right now. Sandy, we want to give you a big shout out. We appreciate you tuning in with us. Guys, go ahead and share this video. It's very important for you to share this video. We will be sharing the knowledge.
I want to give one more shout out to us to Mickey Rivera.
Oh, is he watching with us?
I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and give him that shout out.
Mickey
anyway, 'cause I know he
Rivera,
was
great
wanting to
person.
tune in.
I know you were trying to figure out how you can tune into the show. I hope you're watching. I hope that you're watching with us. We would love to have you one time on our show.
Yeah.
We will pick a topic, the right topic, and we will love for you to be on our show.
Maybe something about the Marine Corps. Devil dog.
That will definitely be a great topic to speak about. Again, guys, we're talking about security and how important it is for those of us that own businesses or own private properties as well as homes. Security cameras. Security cameras are definitely something that everyone should have. They don't cost that much for the things that they can do. It's always good to get the police a picture of the person that broke into your house than to just give them description. In my house, I have I've installed cameras all around it, outside of it, so every angle of it. If anybody tries to come around my house, try to break in, every camera will have will be catching at least 5 or 6 pictures, and there's no way, even if that person tries to remove those cameras, I already have his picture on my phone and all that. So
Yeah, I got a small story about that. My next door neighbor, he has cameras installed on his house, but he was doing some rearranging in his house, and he had unplugged the system. And that very night, which he should have went ahead and plugged that system back up once he, even if he hadn't got to that part of the room or whatever that he was rearranging, he should have went ahead and plugged that system back up. Because that very night that his system was unplugged, he had Dodge Avenger out there in his driveway.
Yeah,
brand new. Yeah, somebody stole it that night, right out of the driveway. I know it was there when I left to go. I believe I was taking my son to the movies that night. I know it was there when I left to take my son to the movies, but when I come back, it was gone. There was a bunch of cops sitting there, and they asked me if I had seen anything. I was like, I was gone. I know it was there when I left. But
and
they didn't get nothing because he had actually had the system unplugged.
And a similar story happened actually to someone. I won't mention any names, but a car was parked in the driveway. He went inside the house to grab some things. He left his gun in the car. So you know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
He went inside the house to grab some things, and he fell asleep. He took a nap. He fell asleep. The next day he woke up. His dad was like, "Hey, why are your car doors open? Like wide open?" He goes to his vehicle, and his gun is stolen. So he doesn't have any cameras. Well, not before, but now he has cameras because I helped him install it. So, but his car was there, but now his gun is gone. So the police can't do anything because there's no picture or no description or none of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a closed case.
Yeah.
So again, guys, and it doesn't cost that much. You can buy an 8-camera system, and it will cost you about $150. And if you need any information on how you can set it up, where you can view it from your phone or any of that, we're always here to help you. And that's why, like, it doesn't matter even we're live or not live. I'll try to help you as much as I can. So.
One of the things that I also like about your house is the electronic keypad door system.
Oh yeah,
that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, so I have an electronic keypad system, door system. There are different ones. Sometimes you don't have to. It helps you not to carry your key with you at all time. You might have dropped it somewhere. If you have it on you, so I have my house keys hidden somewhere. So the battery on those things, they last for a while, almost a year. So you don't have to worry about batteries dying. All I gotta do is type in a code, and it lets me into the house.
What I like about it also is that is when you walk away from it, at a certain time period,
it will lock the door.
It actually locks the door automatically.
Yeah. And that's funny sometimes because I have some friends or family that come over and they want to, get out and outside for a minute because I don't let anybody smoke in my house. So they step outside to, take a smoke break, and then they close the door thinking that it's still unlocked. Then they come back and it's locked, and then they're like, "Did you lock me out, or did you? Is that a way of you telling me, get the hell out of my house?" No, it's a smart system that automatically closes the door.
It'd be like you locked yourself out.
Yes, exactly. So it's a 10 seconds delay, and these things that I just mentioned are few of the many things that you can have to help protect yourself, protect your property, protect your assets. Always be knowledgeable of what's going on around your house, having the knowledge of who's coming up when you're not home, what's happening.
Yeah, because this technology has gotten so big now and so much better that you can have movement outside your house when you have with these cameras installed, and it will actually notify you on your phone, and it will actually show you pictures on your phone or actual footage while at the time. So it's just gotten big, and it's so much better because who's coming to your door, who's moving, sneaking around your house, and what area they're in at your house at.
Yeah, actually, Burton just asked. He's like, "Can I buy the cameras with my EBT card?" Burton, working for whoever you're working, you should have more than EBT card, sir. You should be a rich man. So no, you cannot. Use your EBT card. We want to give some shout out to the people that are watching us right now. I got Hobbs. Hobbs is
how's it going, Hobbs?
He's watching us. Blakely's watching us.
How's it going, Blakely?
Blakely, I already replied on Facebook.
Did I see Ramirez?
Yeah.
On there.
Yeah, Ramirez. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. It's great to have you on here. For those of you that want a special shout out, go ahead and send us a message on the comment box. We'll give you a shout out. But we are talking about security and the importance of security. Another thing for those of us that have private properties, and you wanna protect your businesses or private properties. There are actually private security agencies that offer decent packages for for just going like 5 or 6 times a day, during the times of when most crimes will occur.
Right.
They will go to your business and they will tour around, make sure that there's no suspicious individuals around your property, and if they do find anything, that they will, if the thing requires reporting to the police, they will automatically report to the police. If it's something that you walk up and you ask an individual, hey, you have to leave this. This is a private property. Mm-hmm. So there are private companies over there that does that. Mm-hmm. And working in security, that's very, it's very helpful for businesses that are within a high rate crime area.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I worked with a security company here in Arizona before I started into the career that I'm here. Well, I'm transferred into the career that I am here. But I was fortunate enough to work with Anderson Security Agency. Deborah Anderson, the owner, was my next door neighbor at the time, and I worked with her for possibly 9 months or so, and we did a lot of jobs, a lot of SRP sites. We did the Biltmore Fashion Mall, and, different businesses there at the Biltmore Fashion Mall, and a lot of construction sites. So if you're looking for something as far as, protecting your property or your business or something like that, she would be a good person to get in contact with Anderson Security Agency. I also used to work with Sweatman Security Agency down there in Mississippi. We did all the casino construction sites and stuff like that. So,
once we come back, guys, we want to receive some phone calls, some concerns about individuals, from individuals that want our assistance and how they can protect themselves from all these different things that we have talked about. If you want us to talk about it more, just go ahead and give us a call, ask us some questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer it for you. But for now, stay tuned, keep sharing this page, let's share the knowledge. Once again, Hot Topic with Z and Tuck, episode number 4. We'll be right back. Once again, guys, we're back discussing our topic for the day. It's talk about security. For those of you that are just tuning in, go ahead and give us a call. Let us know what the problem you are having, and as far as security, and we will try to help you as much as we can on how you can protect yourself. So, some of the things that we did talk about is, to watch out for pages when you're browsing the internet. Always check the the address bar. Make sure that it's an actual social sidebar, such as Facebook.com, Instagram.com, Twitter.com. Before you click anything, always verify that.
Yeah, and if you have any question about it from that point, go ahead and type it in yourself.
Yeah, also you can type in the question yourself, or you can, I believe you can message us at that number as well. You can send us a text message and we'll read it and we'll respond back to you if you're too shy to be on air. But we are expecting at least one caller to give us a call before end of show today, because I know many of you have issues with with security.
Yeah, if you can think of something that we haven't covered yet, give us a call. Go ahead and put it out there. Like I said, knowledge is power, and the more we share this video with everybody, the more it gets out to other people.
I think we're 3 months away from tax season again?
Yep.
3 months away from tax season.
And that's our favorite time of the year.
There's Brian calling.
Yep. Oh, we got us a caller.
Burton.
Yo.
Hey.
What's up, bro?
What's going on? Thank you for calling in.
No problem, bro. What's today's topic?
Well, today's topic is about security.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I know that you were with us tuning in and listening to, the topic about security. What are some of your thoughts, or what are some of your questions?
Well, I can tell you about my personal experience. About a couple months ago, actually at the beginning of the year, when I was going to purchase a new car, because you know how they always check your credit score or whatever.
Right.
I found out that someone bought like $1,800 worth of stuff and opened up a new credit card under my name. So I was fighting that for like a couple months.
Right. Did the company check your credit store stuff, or was it you that was checking it?
Well, they just told me. They asked me a question about, hey, do you have an account? Because they wanted me to verify everything on my credit.
Right.
And they asked me, do you have an account open in Chase? And I was like, what? I don't have an account open in Chase.
Oh, okay.
So then I went and did my own research.
Right.
And I ended up calling Chase to verify that they actually had an account in my name. And
right. But did you find out exactly how they was able to achieve and getting your information?
I don't, unfortunately. But I did like some research, and I pinpointed where I was living when that account was open, and I was living with my stepdad, and my stepdad had some people that I didn't really know over there, so I'm thinking maybe it was one of them, that because in your own house you don't really think too much about I have papers laying around all over the place, but you don't think your own family would ever do anything like that. But I learned from that point on, I'll shred everything. I bought me a shredder. I follow my credit all the time on creditkarma.com. So I'm always just making sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point you mentioned. For those of you that are watching, Credit Karma is actually a good website. It actually gives you a free credit monitoring. So anything that comes up, anything that you do on your, as far as credit, or anything that happens on your credit card, it actually sends you a notification. Hey, this thing was open, or this credit card was open, and it tells you exactly where it was open for, and that's your proof to fight it, saying, hey, that's not mine. Or if it's yours, then hey, at least you know that your credit card is being monitored at all time. So I used to work for a bank before, and unfortunately with these credit card scams and accounts being charged, so that's something sometimes that if the bank's database gets hacked, where all the credit cards information are stored, unfortunately, you can't do anything about that when your credit card gets stolen, because that's something on their end, and they will definitely replace it. They'll definitely replace it for you. Another thing that we've had, when I used to work for the bank, another thing what would happen is these customers, when they would swipe their card, at a gas station or at just those ATMs, what happened is there was a device that was being placed in the the card card
with the
reader,
credit card, yes.
and what it does, it saves up all the credit cards, and then it saves up the PIN that you entered. It actually saves up the PIN that you have entered. And what they would do, they would recreate a credit card. They would actually get a blank card, and they would place they would place that number on that, on the scanner thing, on that thing, and make an actual credit card.
Yeah, because it actually puts it on a magnetic strip on the back too.
Yes. So they reproduce the same exact card as yours, and they already know your PIN, so they don't really need the PIN. But
a lot of the times you don't really need the PIN anyway.
Yeah,
if
you just need
you slide it and you hit credit.
Yeah, you just hit it through credit.
Yeah,
that's all you need. But
that's crazy.
I am not sure though if you can buy cameras with EBT card. I'm not really sure about that.
Oh, I was just joking about that.
That's a good one though.
You can buy food with EBT though.
Yeah, I know. Even at Jack in the Box, bro. I just drove by a sign and said, "Hey,
yeah." So, Burton, how do you like the show so far? I mean, this is episode 4. And I know you've been watching it throughout, our progress. How do you like it?
I like the show. I love it.
It's something. It's something that anybody can basically call in and talk about anything. You can talk about anything, pretty much anything that's within the within the limits. Like, we don't want to.
Yeah, we're not going to talk.
It's a PG show, right?
Right. We're not going to talk about.
It's PG-13. You know what I mean?
Well, we're not going to talk about.
Right.
We're not going to talk about where we work or anything like that, as far as
the
inner workings or anything like that. But as far as anything else, it's pretty much on the table. We try to take our suggestions from the people who's watching the show, so we can pick a topic and we can get that out there, and give more knowledge to people, and also entertainment to people, so they can actually watch the show and enjoy the show. So, but it's something that they want to hear and talk about and stuff like that. So it's all about the people out there watching the show.
Yeah,
I love the topic today, the security.
Well, it is very important, because, like I said, many people that I go to their house and helping them out with, any computer problem, then they tell me, well, hey, how do I get rid of this virus? And, I called this company, I called this company because the number on the screen, it says, oh, call this company to remove this virus. And I'm like, well, did you call the number? She's like, yeah. I'm like, did you give them your information? She's like, yeah, there's a $200 charge on my card. And and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, do not. I'm like, for a future time, when you see a screen that comes up and it tells you, hey, call this number to remove this virus, do not do it.
Oh yeah, like the lockout screen.
Yeah, the lockout screen. Do not do it. There are so many ways that you can get rid of those pages.
Yeah,
just let us know.
I hate those pop up.
Yeah, there's one. I had got locked out one time because it was the something pack virus or something like that, in a green dot pack virus or something, and it tells you that you had did a violation, and it was like from the FBI or something. And it did it did a violation, and your computer will remain locked up until you pay this fine. Well, I did some research on it and found out that, because I know I didn't do any violation, and so I did some research on it, found out it was a virus, and I talked to a few people, and you can get a program called Norton Power Eraser.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you can actually go into safe mode, launch that, download the Norton Power Eraser, run the Norton Power Eraser, and it will actually take that program, that virus, right out. and
Oh, wow.
and unlock your computer.
That's something that I just learned,
Look.
guys. See, this is what I'm
That's
talking about. Like, you learn something new every day on this show. I mean, it's like I said, I just learned this new thing about this program that you can actually, this is one of the programs. What I use is another software called Malwarebytes. And it actually, the same thing that Tucker said, you go to run it in safe mode, and it actually removes that virus for you. But do not ever call that number and try to get that virus removed, because you will definitely have a large service fee and the virus will remain there. So
My favorite type of virus
Yeah.
is like the one where it's like,
yeah.
hey, you just won a trip to blah blah blah.
Well, didn't you just
Click there.
didn't you just hear my
Yeah.
story? Didn't you just hear my story? My story about me
No.
thinking I've won. Well, when I was 15 years old, I got an email saying that I won $1 million because my email was picked from a drawing, and I have to go to Africa to pick up the money. No, honestly, this is true. I was so happy, and the email said, to receive your money, you have to send us your information. You have to send us your first name, last name, your address. Also, you have to send us, your social security number. That way, we can do your taxes on your
course.
behalf. So I was so excited, but thank God I didn't send my information right away. I went to my dad running, and I told my dad, and my dad was like, "Well, let's get the process started." So
wow.
yeah. So, but we were stopped by one of my cousins. One of my cousins told me, "Hey, this sounds too good to be true. So look it up on Google." I looked it up on Google, and sure thing, there's so many people, that fell for this, and they were, saying, "Hey, we fell for this. Don't fall for it." So.
Well, what's nice today, though, is I have two very good friends that are from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get an email like that, I'm going to just tell them I'm going to send a representative. He'll be there in a little while, and make sure my representative gets maybe like a quarter of it or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he would be very happy to go over there, pick it up, go visit his family, and then come on back.
Yeah, that's
That's hilarious.
that's definitely what we should be not doing. If they tell you there's $1 million somewhere outside of the United States and you have to go pick it up, do not go.
Yeah.
Because you'll probably end up being kidnapped.
It's a trap.
Well,
Yeah,
but
it is a trap.
but he is from there, so
Yeah,
and both of them.
yeah.
One is actually both of them in the law enforcement field here in Arizona. So.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But Burton, thank you for calling in.
Yes,
we really
thank
do
you.
appreciate it.
Bro.
And we hope
problem.
to
Keep doing what
speak
you're
with
doing.
you. Keep calling us every week, and discussing the topic.
Yeah.
That way, people get to know you, and we might.
Yeah. Before we let you go, do you have any suggestions on any other topics that you would like to hear on the show?
Have you guys already did the house one? About the house?
About the what?
About like purchasing a house or whatever?
Oh, real estate. Real estate.
Real estate?
Yeah, real estate.
Yeah, we haven't done any real estate yet. So.
No, we haven't. And
Oh,
I actually have the perfect person for that.
Yeah, I got one too, Miss Nicole Riley.
Yeah,
She's
to
a
talk
real
about-
estate agent here. So.
Actually, I have my cousin, Nino Smelky. He's actually a very knowledgeable person when it comes to real estate and buying your
Ooh.
house. Yeah, I bought my house from him, and the whole process took me from start to end. I'm not gonna lie, 15 business days. That's it. I got my house in 15 business days. So yeah, we'll definitely do have that, because that's something that we have discussed that before. Then
Totally,
we'll be
bro.
talking about. So
can't wait.
All right. Well, thanks for the suggestion, and it was an honor having you on the show, sir.
No, thank you. Thank you for answering my call. Take care.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.
Once again, guys, if you have any questions or concerns that you wanna, or you wanna ask us, you can always call us at our number on the screen. But also we are open now to suggestions, for what the next week's topic is going to be about. Like I said, we try to discuss things that matter to you guys. We don't want to, because we can always bring up topics, but we want something that will be, interesting to you.
Exactly.
That way we can, discuss. So you can send us a message over here on our chat box right now, and also you can give us a call. But I want to continue giving out shout outs to people that are joining in.
Yeah, we have a few that joined in. Thanks for
David Dean
watching.
David
up,
said
David?
gun control.
Gun control. Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's a really good one.
Yeah, gun control is definitely a great topic that needs a day to itself.
Yeah.
So that's something that we will be discussing.
Yeah, we'll get that one into works. We'll start getting everything together to so we can make that an hour-long show. But that's a great topic. Thanks, David.
Yeah. So for those of you that are new to the show and this is your first time tuning in with us, this show goes on live every Thursday at 6 p.m.
Yes.
Arizona time. So don't forget, tune in. The best way to get a hold of us is subscribing to our page, Hot Topic with Z and Tuck. It will shortly be on the screen. Go ahead and subscribe to it, and stay. Any updates that we have, it will always be shared on that page.
Yeah. Now, just to prepare y'all, because there will be the show will be every Thursday at 6 p.m. But there will be times that you won't have our nice little background and stuff like this, because there will be times we will actually be somewhere else, but we'll be either Skyping in, calling in, whatever, but we'll be doing the show. So it will be live, but
So probably next week, that's going to be one of the days that next Thursday, I'll be out of state, so we will still have the show, but you won't have this nice background. You will have those two nice people over here listening to, and then but we'll keep the show on. The show will never stop. As long as you guys are there, the show will never stop. So continue reading some of this other stuff.
So who else we got that joined us?
Sanchez is tuning in with us. Shout out to Sanchez.
Yeah, what's up, Sanchez?
Do wireless cameras work good? David Foster, if you're still with us, wireless cameras.
David Foster.
So wireless cameras, I personally do not recommend them unless there's a hardwired, power cable to it. But the reason why I don't recommend wireless cameras is if for any reason your internet goes out, your router, which most of it does, depending on what service you have. When your connection goes out, then you lose image. Nothing will be recorded. Those cameras will not record, will not save anything. But if you have a hardwired camera, just like mine, if my internet goes out, everything will still be recorded in my hard drive, and once I come back, once I have a connection again, I can replay everything.
Right.
So those are my thoughts on wireless cameras. I do not recommend them. Whenever a client asks me to do security system for them, I explain to them that my preference is hardwired cameras. I know that cables don't look good all the time, but I try as much as I can to hide them and not make them look good. Not make them look bad is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, definitely hardwired cameras are definitely the.
Now, if you want to do cameras inside as well as out, you can have the hardwired cameras on the out, and you can have the wireless ones on the inside. So at least you still have the protection on the outside if you lose your internet or whatever, But in the inside, you can still have them, because you don't have to place them everywhere inside.
Yeah.
Just a couple strategic spots.
Yeah, just like the back door face. The back door. I don't have inside cameras, but if you prefer to have them, I'll definitely recommend them by, mainly the back door, the front door, from the inside, watching people going in. Because sometimes it gets them, it just scares them away sometimes.
Right. Because inside I would do wireless, though, because that way you don't have, a bunch of cable running around inside the house.
Yeah, that's true. But again, like if a connection goes out, then you will lose.
But at that time, you have your outside ones that pick up everything.
I can, what you can do is actually, if you have an accessible attic, you can actually run everything through the attic.
Yeah.
And that way it's not showing in the house. So that's another way to do the hardwired cameras. So yeah, if you guys have any questions in regards to this, we're always here. We're always going to be here. Not live 24/7, of course, but you can always reach us through our Facebook page and ask us a question.
Yeah, and share this video. I mean, the more shares we have, the better we are in getting this out there to the people. So
yeah, because without you, the show means nothing, and without everybody else, the show means nothing. So to keep the show going, go ahead and continue sharing this page, letting people know about our show, and expand the knowledge, guys. You learned something today, let others learn it as well.
Yep, and after you share the page, put down in the comments some topic you want to hear about.
Exactly. Let us know what you would like to hear on the show. So we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Go ahead and give us a call if you'd like to speak to us on the show and have us any question. Go ahead and give us a call. The call is on the phone is on. Phone number is on the screen. Yeah. Sometimes when you're talking for like an hour, you lose the words that you want to say. But anyways, guys, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Heaven sent an angel. Heaven sent an angel. Never give up hope. I always believe. Never someone out there to fill the hole inside of me. I've been looking for love. Calling on hate above. You must have heard my song. 'Cause heaven sent an angel.
For those of you that are just continuing to tune in with us, we got about 5 minutes left for this week's show. The show runs every Thursday at 6 p.m. Keep tuning in, subscribe to our page, and give us a call if you want before we leave for the day, and let us know if you have any questions in regard to the topic today about security. It's very important to protect yourself, protect your loved one, protect your private asset, as well as your homes, your private homes. So, Tug, any last word for the day?
No, I just want to thank y'all for coming in and tuning in with us and stuff. We had a lot of people tune in tonight, which was great, and we still have people, a lot of people watching right now. So I want to thank everybody that that came in. I also want to throw it out there once again, that our hopes and prayers and thoughts are go out to all the Las Vegas there, all the people that's dealing with the situation and still dealing with the situation. So we're thinking about you. Lots of love, Vegas.
Yeah, and we pray that this horrific tragedy doesn't continue on happening. And like I said, guys, the best way to prevent these things is to be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of where you're at, knowing where your exits are at all time.
Right.
Also, knowing who is around you, who's standing beside you. Okay? So always be aware of that. And like I said, our prayers, love, and thoughts go out to Vegas. These things will not stop us from continuing to, go to because the main thing when these events happen is because those individuals, those criminals, are trying to terrorize it. They're trying to, scare people
Right.
from attending these events. But the best way to reply to these things is through showing them there's no fear.
Yeah.
We don't fear nothing, and the only thing we fear is God.
Yep.
So once
Time-
again, guys,
it's time to stand up, America.
it is. So we got about 2 minutes left, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and send this to. And we have our Facebook page on the show right now. Go ahead and like it and share it. That's how we're gonna be running our show from now on. Also, it's gonna be shared on our personal pages, but because we get so many people that try to access it from the outside that are not our friends on Facebook, this is the best way to do it. Subscribe to our Facebook page. Okay? So, if you don't have any other questions,
Just remember to share this video. Go ahead and throw a like in there, and go ahead and make a comment about what you would like to see on the show.
exactly. So, because we're looking for open suggestions, that way we can create a list of topics that we will be talking about, and which week we will be talking about it. So once again, guys, we appreciate you tuning in with us. Thank you. Next week, don't forget, Thursday at 6 p.m. we'll be live once again. But for now, we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Anything else to say, Ted?
Nope. Peace.
All right, guys. Bye.